From LALATE News headquarters in Santa Monica, this is Mornings LALATE.
It's a big morning of Mornings LA with incredible great news about your fourth stimulus check update 2021 that's going to the finish line and becoming law in just a few days. Here we go. That fourth stimulus recon is becoming law, and in this recording we go over the breaking details live from Santa Monica this morning with that recon passing and becoming law in the next 7 to 14 days. The Senate changes that are going in there and the big checks you're going to get. Biggest payday you've ever seen from a recon. On this channel, upwards of at least $15,000. In this recording, we go over all these incredible clusters of checks in this recon across the board. But no time or place to wait for fourth stimulus recon to become law, because guess what? Christmas stimulus is available right now, and it's third stimulus, and viewers are getting lots of it. $5,000 checks every single minute of every single day. I'm going to show you how to get that big money, wad of money, $5,000 on average, to get your bills paid and free up some cash to buy some holiday gifts. It's coming up in this live recording with a new add-on of additional checks you're going to see in the final 5 minutes of this video. We'll be turning to that student loan debt forgiveness, the offer across the board on that, plus the latest details on fifth stimulus, what you need to know about that, plus the surprising anticipation of December 15th, next week, when the Federal Reserve meets and decides where this economy is going next year. Tapering, interest rate spikes, I'll have all the latest details direct and live from Santa Monica. But it's a jam-packed recording with a lot of breaking news with two bodies of law paying you lots of money. Third stimulus paying money right today. Fourth stimulus paying money shortly thereafter. And the Federal Reserve and its major developing details, it's all coming up in this video. Stay to the very end. It's a big morning. I'm excited you're here because the toast is toasting, the butter is buttering, the coffee is brewing, and it's time for a delicious morning's broadcast. And the excitement of all these incredible checks start right here, right now, as Mornings LALATE gets underway this beautiful morning. Hey, good morning, everybody. I hope you're having a beautiful day, and here we go. Your recon is becoming law. Your fourth stimulus recon is becoming law in the next 7 to 14 days. And the Senate changes have been made in there, and the programs will pay you a lot. Biggest payday you've ever seen in the history of this channel, at least $15,000 of multiple checks. And there could be checks that bring you all the way to $60,000. Stay with me. But no time to wait for fourth stimulus to become a law. You're going to get that Christmas stimulus today. And if you've already got in the last 2 weeks, I'm going to show you how to get more of it. It's coming up in the final 5 minutes of this video. It's brand new. You haven't heard this before on this channel. Then, if you haven't got that Christmas stimulus, I'm going to show you how to get this checks in your hand today. Then we're going to turn to the incredible details of that student loan debt forgiveness, the offer on the table for that. Fifth stimulus and that COLA raise coming in January. The latest details on that. Plus, what to think and what to anticipate with that major December 15th news. The Federal Reserve meets on December 15th and determines the future of this economy next year. Is the tapering happening faster? Will there be 2 interest rate spikes? Of all those incredible details and all the incredible analysis, plus my insight as how to get more checks in the final 5 minutes of this video. And with that, subscribe. Go right on this video and subscribe to the #3 most watched financial news channel in America among YouTube and also broadcast media. It's LALATE. Like the video and become a member of this incredible family to get that incredible newsletter Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Also sign up for the LALATE alerts, which is totally free, and a link to which is under the description of this video. As we go into a big, bold, beautiful morning, as the toast is toast and the butter is butter and the coffee is brewing, there is a lot of checks in this incredible recon, and those checks pay you a lot. How much do they pay? On average, about $15,000, but it may be even higher. So get that pen and paper ready. We're going to go over all these incredible clusters of checks, starting right now. 3 clusters, 3 add-ons, and it starts with the first cluster. Hazard pay got in there 1 more year, the earned income tax credit. $4,000 of elder care got in there. $4,000 of care for young children. They got the Pell Grant, a $550 check for my college students. They got the CTC, approximately $3,600, one more year of that. They got in there the home repairs if you live in a low-income community, and then they got in there $12,500 for the purchase of a first home. Wow, that is a lot of checks, and we're just getting started, folks. Now, how do you get it? Stay with me. I'm going to feature all those checks one at a time later in this video. Stay with me. But let's go the first add-on. It comes here from Southern California. Came from Maxine Waters, and what is it? It's free money for the purchase of your first home. Wow. She got it in there, and this is incredible. How much did she want to get in there? She wanted to get in there $25,000. She got a little bit less. And how do you get this incredible sums of money? It's coming up later in this video. Again, yes, that is free money to buy your first home. The second cluster check starts right now. Home repairs and paid leave. Also, household tax credit, universal pre-kindergarten, and the weatherize your home. You need to winterize so that you have a beautiful decor when you go on air on YouTube. No, that's winterize, not weatherize. You notice the flora and the decorations behind me? They're all real, with the exception of the ornaments. They're all real. And you know what's hysterical, if you look at my stage right shoulder, right here, wait, other hand, right here, there's this leaf right there that is half purple, half pink. Can you imagine? That is real. That is a half pink leaf, only on this channel. How do you get a half pink leaf? Call up Bernie and advocate for pink leaves. Let's go to the second add-on of checks, which comes from the illustrious Bob Casey. He got it in there, which is free home health care for seniors and people on disabilities. Wow, he wanted $250. He got a little bit less. How do you get the incredible sums of money? It's coming up a little later in this video. Yeah, he wanted $250. This is free home health care for seniors and people on disabilities. He got a little bit less. Let's go to that third cluster, and that's where the deliciousness starts. Incredible checks in this third cluster. They got in there cheaper prescription medication, immigration reform. They got in there the free school meals for all checks. They got in there the farmers checks, the free internet, and then the seniors with Medicare expansion. House versus Senate. Well, the House got in there the Medicare expansion with the hearing and the Medicaid gap fix. And the Senate just vowed to add three other provisions, which are dental, vision, and hearing, which embodies where we're looking at when we're looking at the equation across the board, House versus Senate. Senators want to add certain things across this recon that aren't in there from the House, and that is the true embodiment of what we're talking about when we talk about MSC. MSC is an acronym you're only going to hear on this channel about a program that all these legislators talked about starting in the spring. And it refers to multiple IRS stimulus checks. The reason why we use the word MSC is because there are multiple checks in this forced stimulus recon, lots of checks, at least $15,000. But this refers to a monthly IRS stimulus check. In the month of May, these legislators said they would give it to you, and I said to pick up the phone and advocate, and you did. And thousands of viewers were told by 6 senators it's going in there. Then, when the legislation landed in the Senate 2 weeks ago, I said, pick up the phone and re-advocate, because now the legislation is there. It's the ball's in their court, and you have. And you picked up the phone and advocated to them. And they said, again, all 6 of them, it's going in there. When we talk about that MSC, what are we talking about for eligibility? The legislators represented would be the same income qualification as third stimulus. Single individual, $75,000 less, got it. Married couple, $150,000 less, got it. Double it. Family of 4, got it. Quadruple it. If you're on benefits, SSI, SSDI, Social Security Railroad benefits, you got it as well. It's not income. It's paid across all states. It's not state stimulus. It is national stimulus. And adult dependents got it as well. So what happened in the last 6 days? Well, you picked up the phone and advocated and were told by those senators it's going in there. First, Janet was told by Chuck Schumer's office it's going in there by Bernie. Lynn Glenn spoke to Chris Coons' office and was told it's going in there across the board. Then Tyrell spoke to Bob Casey's office and was told it's going in there as well. Donnie picked up the phone and contacted Ron Wyden's office with his wife Sharon and was told it's going in there as well. And the incredible details is that your advocacy has worked because those legislators still represent it's going in there. And let's go over who those legislators are and what you need to do. You need to pick up the phone and advocate for its inclusion. And who are those 6 senators you need to call and leave messages with or speak with their staffers? They are the following legislators. They are Casey, Coons, Warren, Wyden, Sanders, and Schumer. Pick up the phone and speak to their staff and say why you need it. If you can't get someone on the phone, then leave a voice message. The number one guy in the recon, his chief of staff says you need to advocate until we're over the finish line. And that advocacy is so important across the equation. What does that advocacy involve? It involves telling your incredible story. And this is what that chief of staff said. They now have received over 8 million, it was 3 million at the time, now 8 million calls from the LA viewers, the number one place for advocacy in the United States for this recall. They now have in total between congressional senators' offices received more contact of advocacy from the LA Purple Power than the number of signatures in the American petition. Everyone's amazed by the outpouring of touching stories. Now they have a better understanding what Americans are going through this pandemic. They have heartbreaking stories in the voice of the people across the nation, and you, LA, as you have become too loud to be ignored. Please continue your encouragement for the continued advocacy as a professional voice of the people you have become until this becomes law. But it's important to also re-advocate for your wallet. And what does that involve? Getting the Christmas stimulus. And that Christmas stimulus is available right now. It's Thursdays. And the second half of this video, you're going to learn how to get it. On average, $5,000. And if you got it, in the final 5 minutes of this video, I'm going to show you new details today on mornings about how to get more of it. It's brand new on mornings. Student loan debt forgiveness, the latest details on that. Fifth stimulus, the latest details on that. Plus, we'll be turning to the breaking details you should anticipate from the Federal Reserve on December 15th. It's coming next week. Plus, we're going to turn to the incredible programs in this fourth stimulus recon, the changes going to that recon, and the passage of the recon in less than 2 weeks. Here we go. We're at the edge of the finish line. Those details and more coming up in the commercial after the commercial break. I'll be back with you in 60 seconds as a Mornings LA continues direct and live from Santa Monica.
If you want money right now, not 5 days from now, and not 5 weeks from now, then reach out to the community page. The volunteers can help you find that money for rent and utilities. That's at news.la.com/community. The community page features a series of volunteers who are viewers like you. They can help you find rent, utilities, SNAP, food benefits, mortgage assistance, and help you with eviction moratorium questions as well. Their Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram individuals reach out to them and indicate the city and state you're from, and they'll get back to you shortly. That's a community page. Volunteers working for you, viewers helping one another. Stay with LA for more. Join LALATE Daily for the excitement of the new LALATE live daily. The excitement starts on Mornings LALATE at 9 a.m. Home LALATE returns at 11 a.m. daily. And then afternoons LALATE at 1 p.m. Join us daily as the excitement continues live from Santa Monica on LALATE.
It's a big second half, and the excitement continues right now as we go into a big second half as they come to law. And in less than 2 weeks, Chuck Schumer represents the coming law. Next, in 7 days, I represent the coming law this month. The Senate changes across the board are robust, and those incredible changes are coming across the board. Then we're going to go to incredible programs that are going into this recall. and the incredible programs going on in recon across the board. Then we turn into the details of those checks that are coming from third stimulus and what you need to know across that student loan debt forgiveness and fifth stimulus. But first, I want you to subscribe. Right, a little audio of those, so I'm trying to correct it for you. So go to the video and hit that subscribe button right now. Like the video to 2,000 likes and consider becoming a member of our Power Workouts VIP. Meantime, for those LA alerts so you do not miss a video across the board. I don't want you to miss anything in this recording today. And with that, so much happening. Oh, we cleared up across the board and we cleared up. So we're ready to rock and roll. Perfect timing. I was trying to delay it there for the audio to clear up. So what's going on? Very, very exciting details across the board as we go into a big day. The recon will become a law in the next few days. Leader Schumer represents that the recon will become a law in less than 7 days. I don't think it's going to happen. I believe it's going to become a law in the next 14 days. Let's go over the details. Chuck Schumer represents the forced stimulus recon law will become a law by Christmas Eve. I don't think it's possible unless they work on the recon the weekend before Christmas and actually start voting the weekend before Christmas. If they don't, I think they can get it done the week right after Christmas, like the 27th, 28th, 29th. Here is what's going on. Chuck Schumer believes that the final vote would happen not this week, but the next week thereafter. I don't think there's enough time. Why? Because he has 4 steps. He has the Senate floor, the Senate vote-a-rama, that's 2 days, and the House has to re-vote because there'll be changes of any word or punctuation in the Senate legislation. It goes back to the House for 1 day. So that's 4 days, and that week is a half week, so they can't get it done in that half week unless they start the weekend before that. So when do I think it's going to happen? The 27th, 28th, 29th, the week after. Now, why do I think that recon is going to become a law this month? Because no less than 3 different issues are at hand. Number one, legal analysts and liberal analysts and conservative analysts and myself all agree that the recon's happening in the month of December. Why? Because it's too hard to hold it over to January. Number two, there's a ticking time element, and that ticking time element is several key provisions in the fourth stimulus recon, a continuation from third stimulus. They're set to expire January 15th. You can't wait to January 14th to extend them. You have to do them in mid to late December, says Senator Tim Kaine, Democrat. Finally, number 3, there is no procedural impediments anticipated across the board because of secret meetings that happened between Chuck Schumer and Mitch McConnell since before Halloween that we just learned a lot about in the last few days. Before Halloween, Mitch McConnell reached out to Chuck Schumer and said, I don't want to have any more procedural battles with you. I want to do everything bipartisan when it comes to proceduralness. And so let's do things normal. And that is why we started the month with 4 bodies of legislation to do, and we're down to 1 because all the procedural agreements were reached by those 2 people. First, the debt ceiling limit raised and done. The second deal, it's debt ceiling limit moved to February. Number 3, the incredible defense bill done as well, which leaves you just the fourth stimulus recon to get over the finish line. So, finally, what are those incredible checks? Get that pen and paper ready. Here we go. We can go over all those incredible checks in that fourth stimulus recon starting right now. The first provision that got in there is the paid leave. It pays a lot, $1,700 if you make $70,000 or more per year. If you make $35,000 or more per year, it is $800 a week. If you make $15,000 or more per year, it is $400 a week. Wow. How many weeks? Up to 4 weeks per year. So yeah, it's about $4,000 to $6,000 on the high end. It's a lot of money. It's part of this incredible $15,000 of checks in this incredible fourth stimulus recon. The next provision they got in there is the SALT cap, currently capped at $10,000 of what you can deduct in state and local taxes, raising it up to $72,500. They got in there the $40 billion of free job training because millions of Americans want to take another job. They got that money in there as well across the board. They got in there one of the best provisions Americans always are sending me private messages asking about, which is the cheaper medical insurance. There are 12 Republican states where the governors vowed to never pay for insurance because of Obamacare. So they got a workaround plan in there. The Democrats, the recon, that will provide medical insurance, private subsidized medical insurance to low-income uninsured people in those states, which brings us to the best provision of the entire recon, and you know what it is. It's very exciting. It's the housing. $150 billion of it with 6 programs. 3, which are brand new: the weatherizing your home, the home repairs, and the first-time home purchases. And the 3 that look very familiar, they are returning back from third stimulus. They are rent, utilities, food, and internet. And guess what? You don't have to wait for fourth stimulus to become law. You can get it right today, and you have. It's your holiday stimulus. It's third stimulus. Congratulations to all the wonderful viewers who have listened carefully to the videos in the last 2 weeks and are going to this holiday season with $5,000 of checks in their hands and are buying holiday gifts because they listened to the videos and they applied the information. If you are new to this channel and haven't gotten the money, today's your day. I'm going to show you how to get it. And if you have gotten some money, today is the day for you to get more money, because I have new details in the final 5 minutes of how you can get additional sums, which I've never featured on this channel before until today. It's third stimulus, it's holiday stimulus. So get that pen and paper ready, and we're start with the incredible details starting right now. What are the monies we're going to get? Rent, utilities, mortgages, and food, and more. And I start with some incredible inspirational stories. It starts with Amy, who says, "Thank you so much for your unprecedented dedication to helping your viewers attain financial help during these uncertain times of hardship since the beginning of COVID's appearance in our nation. Your extensive coverage of detailed information has been a blessing to so many. Your demeanor is always pleasant, positive, and witty, and a pillar of hope to the American people. My deepest prayers go to the citizens of Kentucky and the other neighboring states ravaged by those tornadoes." And Amy is in Kentucky. She's in rural Kentucky, summer shade. What her message is to you is that there's money everywhere, even rural, very, very isolated areas. There's money everywhere. She has gotten 3 rounds of utilities from this channel this year and got the latest round just a few days ago. She has gotten 2 rounds of rent and the latest round of rent just a few days ago, and has gotten food stamps as well. And she said, "Thank you for your blessings. I appreciate it as well, and hope you are safe as well, Amy, and your family." Sandra got rent and utilities. Here is Judy. Love Judy's story. She listened and she got December, this month's rent, January, February, which freed up at least $3,000. So she has $3,000, and guess what she used the $3,000 for? She went out and bought holiday Christmas gifts. I'm so happy I was now able to get Christmas gifts because I watch your channel and I got it for my loved ones. I've told my friends and family about your channel, and they're getting food and mortgages as well. We're going to get rent next year as well, and we got rent last year with your channel as well. You're the best. Love you back, and yes, you're ready. I'm ready for you to get more rent next year with me as well. Let's turn to Tonya. She got money. And also, Thorn Diaz got 4 more months of rent 2 days ago. We have Deborah, who got 6 more months of rent, about $4,000. John Meyer got more SNAP and is looking to get additional utilities. Then we have Lynn Glenn. You know her. She got rent earlier this year. She got another 4 rounds. The average payout that you are getting is about 4 to 6 months of rent and about 2 utilities, about $5,000. Then we have Dee Miller, just got approved for another $3,000. Here's Robin. She got 3 rounds from her utilities, 3 rounds from another utilities this week, and she's just an angel in disguise. I appreciate that. Then we have Madonna, who got 3 rounds just this week. And there's Kathy, who says, "You're a godsend." I appreciate that, Kathy. She got about $6,000 for 3 items. And then we have Morel, who got round after round. And we have Meilu, who I always feature on this channel. She just sent me a message just a few minutes ago. She got another $700. Love it. So I have in front of myself right now from Meilu about $4,000 or $5,000. So she got another $700 in the last 24 hours. She says, "You're the best." Love you back, Meilu. There's Scarpia. She got Snap. Melissa Justice got $10,000. Here's Jay Graham, who says, "I could not have done this without you, LA. I could not have done it without your support. I speak for all of you, all of us. We love you to death, Purple Power." Love you back, Jay Graham. He got another $5,000. And there comes Chris. I love Chris's story. Why? Because he got $10,000 earlier this year from third stimulus. And guess what? He said, "I would have never known about this additional round if you had not told us." And I got another $5,000. So get your pen and paper ready. We're going to get you that money right now. We can get rent, utilities, mortgage assistance, and it's your Christmas stimulus. I'm very excited for the viewers who got it. Stay to the final 5 minutes of this video. I'm going to show you how to get more money that you haven't gotten already. And we're going to start with our rent. Here you go. This was the graphic 3 months ago. And look at how much it has grown. It was at the time at $20,000 to $30,000. It is now $40,000. One viewer last week got $40,000. Another viewer got $138,000 for multiple items in third stimulus. Largest payout we've ever seen in the history of this channel. So where do you get where do you get this rent from? Here you go. 6 places: City Hall, City House Authority, County Hall, County Housing Authority. State Hall and State Housing Authority. And the keywords you say are rent assistance because of COVID, mortgage or utility assistance because of COVID. Do the same thing for that mortgage assistance. There are 3 musts. You must apply, reach out to all 6 places. You must get applications on file everywhere, and you must get multiple rounds. You got 1 round before earlier this year, get another round today. If you got 1 round yesterday, get another round today. Utilities, get it from all utility companies. If you have 5, reach out to all 5. Mark's brother-in-law is getting $15,000. Incredible. SNAP. If you got a third stimulus check, you shouldn't be paying for your food. You should be on SNAP. You get it from Department of Agriculture, and it pays a lot. Mark's brother-in-law is getting $25,000 a year. Yes, over 10 years, he's getting $250,000 for this channel. Combos, 3 or more. Do it. Nisi and Art Sullivan were the first. They got 3, and they inspired all the viewers of this channel. At the time, Mark was at 2, at 32,000. I said, Mark, you're at 32. With 2, get your third. He got his third, brought him to 50. Now he's at over 100,000. Lorraine, she was at 105. Now she's at 120. And that brings us the incredible inspirational story of Johnny. It's a 3-part story and truly embodies how you do this. Johnny was listening to this recording since day 1, and boy, did he listen well. Back on day 1, I said, there's a lot of money. Go get it. And Johnny's a 3-part story. Part 1 of Johnny's story was he started a week with $0. By Wednesday, he had 3 programs approved, like 2 other viewers. Wow. That is huge. How much did he get in 3 days? $45,000. Great. But Johnny heard my recordings where I said, keep on pushing, get other sums of money. He got other sums. So by the end of the week, he had 7 programs approved. Yes, Johnny, great news. But to get 7 programs approved, he had to have made 15 phone calls because you're going to have a 20 to 50% rejection rate. You're going to have it. They're going to get a lot of no's. And that got Johnny, what, in 5 days? $80,000. Yes, incredible. So that viewer says, I reach out to one place, I got to know. You got to make more than 1 phone call. You got to make 1 more phone call. You will get no's across the board. Second part of Johnny's incredible story followed the following next Monday. He reached out to his 2 family members, said, I got $8,000 last week from LA. I've heard about him, they said. Where'd you get the money from, Johnny? He said, from third stimulus. He said, I haven't heard about this in broadcast media. Johnny said, let me show you how to get it. And he did. And by the end of the week, they went from non-believers to believers, each getting $50,000. The landscape in America is that this is the number 3 most watched financial news channel in America. But I don't cover all the financial subjects you can cover. I don't cover futures and options and SPACs. Doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Doesn't mean what I talk about doesn't exist if someone else doesn't cover it. That brings us to the third part of Johnny's incredible story. It came in 2 Sundays ago. I was watching football. Got a private message on Instagram from Johnny. He said, hey, LALATE, I've been watching your videos and people just kept on coming over. Why? I said, well, they wanted me to help them get the money as well from third stimulus. And I helped them. And it snowballed, and I kept on helping a lot. And I ended up helping 32 people. I said, Johnny, 32 people. How much did you get those 32 people? He said, $850,000. That's what we do here, folks. We cash check. So go right on this video right now and become a member. Go right on this video and become a member today. I want you to be part of this incredible family to learn about how to get this money. It features the 6 places you reach out to get this money. It features the keywords. It features the 3 musts. It also features stuff not covered in this video, like the important statement from Treasury detailing the rent you want to read before making the phone call. It features the 5 nonprofits not featured in this video and how they help for other sums of money. It features the 1 nonprofit that also helps for home repairs and more. Consider becoming a member today across the board. This harkens back to December 2020. In December 2020, we were looking at first stimulus still law. We were waiting for second stimulus. And as second stimulus was sort of percolating, I said you had to have your bills paid. It's Christmas. It's December 2020. You have to have your bills paid. So I stepped forward and I showed you how to get this money. And you got it. There wasn't a lot of it then. Let's understand. There wasn't a lot of this money in first stimulus. And I got you $250,000. But at the time, I had a draft of something that very few people had. It was almost basically an exclusive of a new body of legislation coming in 2021, which I coined the expression third stimulus. I said, I'm looking at it. There's a $14 stimulus check, and there's a lot of money for this rent again. I think I can get you about $15,000. When it became law, you got $15,000. In fact, the average viewer of this channel got $45,000. You didn't focus on the $14 stimulus check. You focused on getting this money. As I said in December 2020, you take the skill set from last year in getting this money. You're skilled at doing it. You do it again in early 2021. And you did it this summer as well, and now you're doing it again. So congratulations to all those incredible viewers who listened, learned, did it, and did it again across the board. Say the final 5 minutes of this video because I'm going to show you how to get more of this money and this holiday Christmas stimulus. Let's go back into that fourth stimulus where we left off at the housing provision. So the three new provisions for the housing are the home repairs if you live in a low-income community, the weatherize your home across the board, and the first-time home purchases. This will be money given to the seller in your name at the time of escrow. They got $50 billion in there, $150 billion in there for home health care for my seniors and people on disabilities. They got in there the $550 check for the Pell Grant for my college student. And then they got in there $12,500 for the purchase of a new electric vehicle, U.S. auto manufacturer, unionized labor in our U.S. soils. They got $65 per month when a student is not in school for nutrition. And then comes one of the best provisions this week on the cheaper medical insurance. Day one, 20 medicines will be dramatically slashed in price. The most expensive, cancer, arthritis, diabetes, Medicare Part B, D. It'll grow to 30 medications by the year 2028, and they cannot increase more than the rate of inflation. If they do, there's a penalty provision. A penalty provision? You can't do a penalty provision in a recon. So says Pat Toomey, the GOP senator, and I agree. And that's why this coming week is very important, because it's what's called the Burt Bath. This coming week, the Senate parliamentarian, who's a nonpartisan individual, will determine the fate of provisions in the recon that she's been looking at since the spring, and will ultimately determine in or out. Likely coming out is that provision. Also likely coming out is the immigration reform. She previously ruled cannot go by recon. And then the paid leave. Now, if the paid leave stays in there, there's an issue, because Joe Manchin says he's voting against the recon of the paid leave is in there. Remember, if a provision goes out, the money doesn't go out. So immediately they have to hustle the Democrats to decide where else to spend that money, and it certainly could be on that MSC. The Senate changes are coming on top of this. So you're looking at this recon that I show you 15,000. It ain't 15,000, folks. It's a lot more. They have the Senate changes going on top of that. You have all those checks coming back from third stimulus, which is 45,000. So we're looking at about $50,000 to $60,000 of checks in this incredible fourth stimulus recon. And with that, what are the other checks in there? Well, they got the universal pre-kindergarten, which is new. They got the home health care, which is new. It's a covered benefit. And then the hearing aid check, that is new. The Pell Grant we went over, the nutrition, and also the the home repairs. But the provisions that are continuation from third stimulus, which they need to do, and that's why it's going to get done, because they don't want them to expire, are the CTC front end check, the care check for the children back end, and the hazard pay, the earned income credit, one more year back end as well. So what are those provisions that the senators would add in there? What are those other provisions? Let me go over those in a second. But first, let's take a detour over to executive order offer. Student loan debt forgiveness. To forgive $10,000 of student loan debt by executive order. The president has made the offer. The Democrats should take it. He previously forgave student loan debts for individuals who became disabled and went to work in the nonprofit or public sector after graduation. Fifth stimulus, very exciting. It comes right after the COLA raise, which are two different instruments. First, your benefits are going up January 1, 5.9%. It's going up automatically, and it's all 5.9%. In the case of some veterans, they're seeing the step up starting in December. Then fifth stimulus comes right behind it, saying COLA doesn't work. It doesn't. Leaves you undervalued. It does. And they want to replace COLA with a new benchmark in December 2022, inflation, which is going to be at least 2-3% next year. That means they're going to first raise you up one big time, then apply a new benchmark, then also apply that COLA raise on January 1. Remove the asset cap, remove the income cap, and remove the marriage penalty, and love is going to win, and you'll no longer fear loss of benefits. Meantime, what is happening on the December 15th, which is less than 48 hours away, is one of the most critical days of this economy in the last 2 years. And that's why I want to go over it so you know, because this is a critical 48 hours from now. On December 15th, the Federal Reserve will announce its policy for next year. What's going to go on with tapering? What's going on with interest rate spikes? When the pandemic hit, the Federal Reserve came in and did its own type of stimulus, which was buying mortgage-backed securities to ensure that there was liquidity, enough cash floating around the economy. There's clearly enough cash, so it doesn't need that anymore. So it's going to start removing it, which is called tapering. But what speed would it remove it at? We always thought it would be a slow speed. And then those interest rates. We haven't had a raise of interest rates for many years. And we were thinking that was going to be one interest rate spike at the end of 2022. That was, folks, until the last week. In the last week, three economic data points came in, and two of them came in the last few hours. And they are shocking. Why are they shocking? Because it shows the economy is much stronger than anyone anticipated and likely signals the Federal Reserve will do things quicker. Number one, 2 Fridays ago, the final jobs number of 2021 came in, and it was insane. Showed the lowest unemployment rate since nearly a half century. Showed job participation rate jumping, meaning people are no longer on the sideline, they're coming back into work. And the labor rate coming down, meaning it costs less to pay for the labor. Then, last Thursday, the new jobless number. If you were with this channel on day one, April 25th, I've been reporting the jobless number every Thursday morning for every week that this channel has been. It refers to the number of people who went on unemployment for the first time that week. So for the first time, when the pandemic was ravaging on April 25th, the unemployment rate went from 250,000 new claims per week to over 1 million. This channel had 25 plus weeks at over 1 million unemployment claims, the worst since the Great Depression. Then we came down. We came down quickly, 800, 500, 300. We had been in 300 just a few days ago, just early this month. And pre-pandemic 250. So we were right almost at pre-pandemic levels. And what happened last Thursday? A shocker. It came in at 184,000 new unemployment claims, the lowest number in recorded history since the 1960s. But if you compare the U.S. population in 2021 now versus the U.S. population in 1969, it is a shockingly low number. Finally, if that was not enough for you, let's go over what happened in just hours ago. Late Friday, the Labor Department released the inflation number. And I owe myself a pat on the back for this one. I have been covering the inflation December projections on this channel since early spring. We were covering the context of fifth stimulus because we've been talking about it since then. And I told you at the time that the Federal Reserve was saying that in December, there would be a transitory or temporary spike of the inflation rate going to 2 or 3%. I said it ain't going to go 2% or 3% in December. It's too low. First, it ain't going to be temporary. And number two, it ain't going to be that low. The Federal Reserve talked about this type of chart, up and down. There's going to be a spike in December and come right back down in January. There wasn't going to be anything high in November. It was going to be low in January. I said untrue. And I said it ain't going to be 2 to 3%. I initially said 10%. And Jeremy Siegel, the Wharton School business professor, said 20%. Then I came back down. I said, okay, let's do 5%. And guess where it came in this last Friday? 6.9%. The takeaway, the three economic data points together, and there's no way to spin them, are so strong that you're going to see on December 15th, my predictions. One, the Federal Reserve will taper faster, which means remove that stimulus faster. And then second is going to announce two interest rate spikes in 2022, with the first in Q1. I do not believe this is a risk that Wall Street has anticipated. And just like how the stock market crashed 2 Fridays ago, 1,000 points, I expect a major crash this coming week. I also expect crypto to stay down and crash again. Crypto crashed down 50% the Saturday after, not this Saturday, but the Saturday before that, and is still not rebounded. The stock market has not fully rebounded either. So I believe that crypto will crash again and stay down. And with that, let me go into my final commentary and my insight as to how to get more money for that holiday stimulus. And it starts right now in the final 5 minutes of this video. Very exciting. Also exciting, the audio fixed itself early on. That was a confusing twist and turns across the board. What do you need to know, and what is this incredible money, and where are we right now? Let's take a step back. First, let's talk about this next 14 days. Then let's go over the rest of the month and going forward. Will a recon become law? I believe it will. It will become law by Christmas. No, it won't become law by Christmas. I don't think so. Unless they work the weekend before, which they can. But I don't think they will. They have not in the past. If Even if they don't work the weekend after Christmas, I do believe it will become law in December. Are you going to get anything for fourth stimulus in your wallet in the month of December? No, absolutely not. You knew that, and we all knew this for over 2 weeks. That is why I brought back third stimulus 2 weeks ago. Now, I am so excited and happy for the viewers who have gotten this Christmas stimulus. You and I together worked as a team, and you didn't know that there was the opportunity to get another round, and you didn't know that there was still money available. And some of you had gotten money before from this, some have not gotten any money from this before. And I said, go get the money, and you got it. I'm excited for people like the one viewer, Mei Lu, who in just 3 days got another $600-700. I just learned just a few minutes before going on air. This is the true embodiment of the situation. The embodiment of the situation is you have bills. And if you free up those bills, you free up cash. And if you free up cash, you have that cash to spend on those holiday gifts. Just like Judy says, because I don't have to pay my rent for 4 months, I have now $3,000-4,000. You're a godsend, ally. And because of that $4,000, I was able to buy holiday gifts. Lots of holiday gifts with $4,000 able to stay in your wallet. That is the true embodiment of this channel. Let me give you now an insight how to get more of this money right now, and then let me give you a perspective of where we were, where we are now, and where we're going forward future. First, how do you get more money? There's new details on Mornings LA. 2 ways to get more money for this holiday stimulus. First, look at your utility bills. Of these incredible comments that I have, and I think that's why Meilu got more money, I'm seeing people getting rent and 2 utilities, 4 to 6 months of rent. But you and I know you have more than 2 utilities. Most people have 3 utilities, or 4 utilities, or 5 utilities. You have water, gas, electric. You have more than 2 utilities. Look and see which utility you did not get, and then go make that phone call the same way you made it for the other utilities, and that will give you another $500-600. That's like what Meilu did. She listened, she learned, she got that extra $500-600. Look and see which utility you didn't get. Second, this is brand new in this recording. You can get another round from another organization. As I say in these recordings, if you got, for example, 4 months of rent from your county today, that doesn't preclude you from reaching out to one of the nonprofits saying, give me 4 more months of rent for different months. Yeah, you can get additional rounds at the same time for the same items. So let's say you got $1,000 covered from the electric company. That doesn't preclude you from also reaching out to the nonprofits and saying, asking them if they would pick up the tab for some utilities as well. So that is how you do it, and that is brand new today. Big sums of money that you can get before this holiday season. And now let's go over perspective. Before, now, and future. Before. On April 25th, I pressed 2020, I pressed record on this channel because millions of Americans had applied for a program. They knew what it was, they knew where it was, and they knew how to apply for it, but they weren't getting the money. And it was called EIDL, Economic Injury Disaster Loan or Grant. They knew what it was, and they applied, and they weren't getting the money. So there was a need for a video to explain, how do I get the money? It's much like any other informational video on YouTube. If you want to fix the carburetor in the car, how do you fix the carburetor? Let me open a YouTube video and watch how to do this. The only difference is this was not a carburetor. This was a grant or loan application. And I showed viewers, and we went over all the incredible nuances. You do this, this, and this. It was educational, informational, and also newsworthy. As I expanded into the subject matter, and I showed you the availability to getting this big money, as we were in the middle of first stimulus in December 2020, moving into second stimulus, I said, let me show you how to get this money. This is how you do it. It remained educational, informational, and also newsworthy, with news across the board. We brought it up to the present 2 weeks ago with me showing you the latest breaking details of the situation about fourth stimulus recon, but also showing you informationally how to get the money from third stimulus. Going forward, where are we going? Going forward, doing the same thing. Going forward, when fourth stimulus becomes law, I'm going to show you how to get these sums of money. You're going to take notes. You're going to get that pen and paper out and bring them on camera when you're listening and making notes and saying, I like that. but I don't know if I understand it. Maybe I have to ask a question about this. And then maybe ask the question to another viewer in the live chat, and they respond back and say, yeah, that's the way you do it. I love it. When one viewer knows it, they explain it to another viewer. When two viewers explain it to another viewer, it helps more people. And then you share it with someone else, just like Johnny, who helped 32 people. That is how informational videos happen. And you've done so well. Now, this morning on Morning's Countdown, there was someone in the live chat who said something along the lines of, I don't think they're going to get this forced stimulus recon done. That's nice, but this is not an opinion channel. This has never been an opinion channel. I have a lot of opinions I can bring on camera. This is not an opinion channel. This is an informational, how-to, educational news channel. I'm here trying to show you and educate you and teach you how to get these sums of money. I'm not here to talk about opinions. You don't like Chuck, you don't like Bernie, you don't like Liz. I got it, but that's not what this channel is. Now, let's go back over where the year started and where the year's going. The year started with me showing you that third stimulus has a lot of money in it. And I think I can get you about $15,000. And you listening, you learning, and you applying the information and getting it. At the time, we made a joke about a person we called the donut guy. A donut guy is a person who doesn't want to do anything and just says, tell me when it lands in my hand, I'm eating my donut. And I told you back in the earlier this year that the donut guy, he's going to get $1,400 at the early part of this year, and he's going to end the year with not a single penny more. And guess what? I think I'm going to be right. He didn't want to do anything on an informational, educational video, learn the information, apply the information, didn't want to do anything, and just wanted to sort of hold the donut. There's been a version of the donut guy as well. A person who says, as one person did, I think on the Morning's Countdown, the show today, there's no money in Ohio. The entire state. There's no money in Ohio. Yeah, there is. You're just, yeah, there is. And why was that person saying it? Because the person didn't want to do anything. They just love saying that. There's no money in Missouri. There's no money in Arkansas. There's no money in Metaverse. Well, there is. They just wanted to say that line. And it's a version of the donut guy who just simply says, there's nothing. Just give me something. Those type of people have misunderstood where we are and where we're going. This channel, since day one, was always to show you and educate you and teach you how to get money. It was not a place for you to do a tirade of what you don't like about Chuck or Liz. It's not a place for you to say, just tell me what day does it land in my bank account. No, it was a channel to show you how to get money. As we go into the next few days of the days before Christmas, I'm going to stay on topic and show you every last penny I can get you for this holiday stimulus, third stimulus right before Christmas. How you get every single penny for that rent, utilities, mortgage assistance, because guess what? There's a whole week of business hours open. So you can get them on the phone. You can call them. You can get that money for third stimulus right now. You can call them on the weekends as well. They're open. And this is quick paying money. As you saw from Mei Lu, she had gotten certain items. She got another item and reporting to me over the weekend. She's got a new item. You can do this. When forced stimulus becomes law, we're going to bring on air our pen. You're going to bring to the videos when you're watching your pen and paper, and you're going to make notes. I want this one. I want that one. How do I get this? Maybe I don't understand this one. How do I do this one? It's not law until it's law. And when it's law, I'm going to bring on camera how to do each one of them. The expression Purple Hawks was created by me to describe pouncing and getting money before anyone else. Because under third stimulus and fourth stimulus, it's diminishing. It's not unlimited funds. It's not a tree in the backyard. It has a limited amount of funds, so you have to pounce as a hawk, first before anyone else to grab the money like a hawk before anyone else. And to do that, you have to know what it is, where it is, and how to get it. That is the power of the information. So make sure you're paying real close attention across all the incredible videos this week about all these provisions. Make notes about the ones you want to get. and how you want to get them so that when it becomes law, you say, oh, there's that point in the video. This is my provision. I want to get this money. Let me listen and learn how to get this incredible money. Meantime, we're going to have a big week ahead of us with Jay Powell, the Federal Reserve, speaking on December 15th, giving us the clarity. We have the bird bath happening this week when the Senate parliamentarian rules what provisions are coming out and what provisions are staying in. We're going to see if a provision stays in, if it causes a tension between Joe Manchin and Chuck Schumer, and a provision goes out where that money is going to get reallocated. We have a lot coming up this week, folks. A lot across the board. Meantime, you have a lot to do with getting this big Christmas stimulus. And congratulations to all those incredible viewers who have averaged out about $5,000 for this Christmas third stimulus as well. Coming up next is Holidays LALATE at 11 a.m. And maybe there's a show right before that. I don't know. We will see. But first, go into this video and subscribe. I want you part of this incredible family. Hit that subscribe button right now. Like the video, 3,000 likes, and consider becoming a member. Purple Hawk, Purple Power, Casino, VIP. Coming up this afternoon is a brand new Afternoons LALATE at 3 o'clock, a brand new Evenings LALATE at 5 o'clock. Then we have Evenings Countdown at 6, Street and Stimulus, Holiday Edition at 7, and Calcino at 8. It's part of our new evenings programming block, 3 hours of shows, until we go into Overnights LA, which starts at 9 and runs all the way to the new year, and into the new year. Stay informed, stay focused. Have a beautiful morning. Have a beautiful weekend. Happy holidays to all of you, and stay with LA for more.